So John Wall wants up. Welcome back to No Misses. I upload NBA content and gaming content. So there are reports that John Wall has requested a trade. It's not really that surprising. It's been kind of talked about in the NBA community for the past couple months, even I'd say year even. The past 2 years, injuries have sidelined the former All NBA superstar. We just know that. During this time while John Wall was out, the Wizards struggled. Struggled. Just straight up struggled. I mean, when you have John Wall that takes up $41 million out of your $110 million cap, then yeah. Also, there's a few things that have upset John Wall. The Wizards GM said that they're building around Bradley Beal. He's their future, and they were shopping around John Wall for Russell Westbrook. I have no problem. I have no problem with John Wall asking for a trade. Knicks, you want to secure your future, even though he has the best security blanket in the NBA with that $41 million contract. But yeah, he wants to take matters in his own hand and trade, and he demanded a trade. Yeah, he's a 30-year-old point guard. That has two major lower body injuries. I mean, his best shooting year was in 2018, which he only played 41 games, and he shot 37%. 37% is above league average and best in his career. But it's only 41 games. That's not that good. So I'm here to propose some trades that will help the Wizards, not John Wall, because at the end of the day, we know it's a business. The first trade I have is to the Houston Rockets. Westbrook for Wall. Pretty simple for that. But the Wizards would have to give up more assets because I think we all know that Russell Westbrook is a better player than Wall. They would have to give up probably 2 first-round picks, a top 10, probably top 10 protected, and a 2021 top 10 protected, and a 2023 first-round protected one. Yeah. I mean, if you have Russell Westbrook in the Washington Wizards lineup, the lineup would be really good. You have your 2 stars, Bradley Beal, and who could shoot, and you have Russell Westbrook, who can't shoot, but you have Troy Brown Jr., young player, pretty good at his job, I would say. Decent player. He doesn't have one signature like Trent, but he's pretty good at shooting. He's pretty good at defending, and he's pretty good. He could beat dribblers off the dribble sometimes. You have Davis Bertans, one of the best top 5 shooters in the NBA currently, as your 4, and then you have as your 5 Thomas Bryant, who is a young upcoming center who can stretch the floor. So it's kind of what you had in Houston, but not totally, if you get me, because you didn't. The tallest player in Houston was Robert Covington, who is a small forward / power forward, who was like 6'9". So yeah, where Thomas Bryant is an actual considered position center. I'd predict this team probably being the 4th, 5th seed, maybe in the East. Yeah, I would have that. So yeah, that's really it for that trade. For my next trade, I have them trading with the Pistons. They're going to be trading John Wall and Troy Brown Jr., a young upcoming player, in a top 5 2023 protected pick. In turn, I have the Wizards receiving Derrick Rose and Blake Griffin. It's obvious. It's an obvious trade for the Pistons, in my opinion, because they need to go through rebuild. I know you guys are trying to go through, hey, we're still trying to be competitive, but at the end of the day, you guys just need to go to rebuild. I know you guys acquired Blake Griffin, and you guys had young, and then you had Reggie Jackson, and then you had like Andre Drummond. Yeah, no, it didn't work out too good. AC, you guys were the AC. That was it. But with this trade, you would get Troy Brown Jr., you'd get John Wall, a decent a decent point guard, or a really good point guard. My mistake. But for the Wizards, this is where it gets pretty juicy. They will get Derrick Rose. He's on an expiring contract. You could probably flip him, or he's a point guard that could run your offense. Bradley Beal, Derrick Rose. That would be pretty nice, I would say. And then you get Blake Griffin, which is a massive contract, and it doesn't look good right now. But it was just less than a year ago where he made an All-NBA team. Blake Griffin made an All-NBA team and carried the Pistons to a playoff run. He was limping on one leg, and he was putting up points. I mean, if you could get that Blake Griffin from 2 years ago, you guys won the trade, straight up. But I don't think Blake Griffin will ever see that Blake Griffin again. Just my prediction. And also, you get a first-round pick in 2023. Yeah, but that's my trade. And then I have my third trade. And it's the final trade, John Wall to the Knicks. Knicks could probably just take him on straight up. You could give a second-round pick, and then John Wall just gonna be on the Knicks. Like, they have that much cap space. But you got to give him something pretty good. The Knicks will give Dennis Smith, Frank Ntilikina, and Kevin Knox, plus a 2021 first-rounder, which is going to be Dallas. And I have Dallas going very far in the playoffs next year. They could absorb the contract just how it is. I mean, Knicks getting an established point guard isn't that bad. Bring some type of winning culture to help RJ and Mitchell Robinson probably develop, even though I don't think New York is probably the worst place in the NBA as a rookie. It's had a long culture. But for the Wizards, you're getting Dennis Smith Jr., who has looked horrible. One of the worst players in the NBA right now, or this past year. But when he was in Dallas, his rookie year, and then some part of his sophomore year, before Luka came and kicked him out, he was a good player. He was promising. He looked like a rookie, but he looked a really good rookie. I mean, you have to put some of the blame on Dennis Smith, but I think it's just that New York, the Knicks, they're just horrible. And then you get Kevin Knox and Frank Ntilikina. I mean, they're still very young. Kevin Knox was a rookie. He'll be going into his third year. Frank Ntilikina will be going to his fourth year, I think. I mean, Frank Ntilikina has a long wingspan, and he's already a naturally good defender. Kevin Knox, people said he was like Jason Tatum. He gave all that Jason Tatum vibe, which I could see, but it's Jason Tatum. I mean, nobody kind of gives out that Jason Tatum vibe because Jason Tatum's his own man. But yeah, and then you get a first-round pick in Dallas, which is probably not gonna be that much value, but at the end of the day, it's a first-round pick and it's an asset you could trade. I mean, I feel like my trade ideas would be pretty. You could go either way. You could take a risk and you could try to get prime Blake Griffin back, and get a D Rose that you could probably flip, or you could keep, and you just could be a very decent team, and then if Blake Griffin carries you, then you could have you could actually be a contender. You could get Russell Westbrook, which is probably the best trade option right now, safest right now. Or you could go start on rebuild, try to get Bradley Beal. Try to persuade Bradley Beal to start this rebuild with you guys. And if he doesn't want to start the rebuild, then you just trade him, get more assets. But you got to do something, man. These Wizards got to do something, because for the last 2 years, they have been stuck in this purgatory where it's just not good for them. It's not good for the culture. It's not good for the front office. It's not just good for the fans, though. You're like, oh yeah, John Wall's gonna come back. Now John Wall wants to go. Oh, we're gonna get Russell Westbrook. Nah, It's just not good for a basketball team to be stuck in this purgatory where you're just counting on somebody who just tore their Achilles to carry you. It's physically not possible for somebody to tear their Achilles to carry you. Yeah, so that's my vid. If you guys want to subscribe and stuff, that'd be nice. But I try to come out with this content daily. We on that 5 subscriber grind right now, trying to get more. You know, hey, if you want to listen to the video, and comment socks if you listen to the whole video. Make sure you comment socks. Alright, I'm about to go. Peace.